Well, hello there. Welcome to the Obi Thorn Alliance. I'm Jacob,
I'm Luke.
and in today's video, we're doing our normal monthly recommendations for October. Like and subscribe, comment down below what you've been watching this month. Let's keep a lively discussion, help each other out. And I guess, did you want to go for first, Luke? What you've been watching?
Yeah, okay. So this month I haven't got to watch that many new shows. I've been revisiting old shows. So with that, I've decided to recommend two shows that I've seen in the past, and I think that people would be interested, or enough times past that's worth watching them again. And one new show that has had one season and a second season's about to come out. So I'll start with the new show. So I chose a show called Love Life, which is on Stan, I believe, and it stars Anna Kendrick, who's famous from like the Pitch Perfect movies. She's obviously in a lot more things than that. And this show, when season one came out, was quite popular, and it's now second season's coming out, and the show is about. It's interesting. It's about 10 episodes long and it follows her love life journey. So each episode is about a time in her life where she dated a particular person, and each episode is named after the person that she was dating in that episode. So it's kind of an interesting concept to watch. It wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, but it was good enough. I just think the concept is kind of cool, how each episode follows what happens and inevitably leads to what I thought was a conclusion. I didn't think there was going to be a second season of this show. I'm not going to tell you what the conclusion is. So now there's a second season, and it's just a show about finding love. So every episode is about different boyfriends she had and how they mistreated her, or she mistreated them, or they separated for whatever reason to eventually lead to where she is now in her current love life. So it's a decent concept. It's Anna Kendrick holds it together, but it's a worthwhile watch with season 2 coming out in October. So on the 28th of October. So maybe give season 1 a watch before season 2 comes out.
Sounds good.
What's your first recommendation?
First recommendation is a show that we actually did a trailer reaction for. Go and check out that video. Nine Perfect Strangers on Amazon Prime. This show is based on the book, and I would say it's a pretty good damn show. It's not for everyone. The show has just recently finished, and what they did was they released 3 episodes and then did the weekly thing. So basically, the concept of this show is that there's 9 strangers, and then Nicole Kidman's character is like in charge of this retreat, and then they go there and rediscover themselves. So basically, Melissa McCartney is this writer. She's a pretty famous writer, and she's going there because she's having problems, and we get to recover what's going on there. Can she be trusted? So if you like those mystery sort of shows, this show isn't for everyone because it does get a little bit dark and twisted, but I highly recommend it for people that like Nicole Kidman. It was filmed in Sydney as well, so it's pretty cool having a show that was filmed in Australia. So yeah, that's my first recommendation.
Yeah, cool. For my second recommendation, I'm going to go with the show that I really liked. It's on Netflix called Big Mouth. It's an animated series. It is very crude and rude, and it's very much an 18 plus show, so don't let the animation fool you and think that it's for kids. It's had 3 seasons now. It's a Netflix original, and it's follows the life of a group of Jewish boys who live in I think they might live in New Jersey, and they're going through puberty. So the whole show kind of follows their journey of like becoming a man, and it's kind of out there and silly. They deal with something called the puberty monster, and it's like this monster that kind of gives them advice on like sex and life, and it's funny. It's extremely funny and it's crude. It's like if you like shows like South Park and Family Guy, you'll find this appealing. If you don't like those shows, it's probably not going to be your thing. But I find it hilarious. Like I think it's one of the funniest shows I've ever watched. I found myself laughing the whole time, and I just think it's something that some people may not have seen or have given it a miss because they've seen the animation. But if you do have a dark sense of humor and find those sorts of things funny, I think give it a watch regardless if you're into animation or not.
Sounds good. Second recommendation is also an anime as well on Disney Plus, called Star Wars Visions. And Star Wars Visions, normally Disney Plus like to release their episodes weekly, but they released it all at once, 9 episodes. And the cool thing about Star Wars Visions is that it's different anime styles and different visions, I guess you can say, of the Star Wars universe. Not all episodes are good. It's kind of, we all like to see different angles of Star Wars, so we all see things differently, and that's kind of the cool thing. We all have our own personal favorites. Me personally, I think episode 1, 5, and 6 are the 3 best, and others are fine. I think if you're a great fan of Star Wars and animations, you're really gonna probably already seen Star Wars Visions, but I'd still recommend it. And if you're not an anime fan, I think at least watch one of them. Like, they don't follow on there. It's basically like What If, but in the Star Wars universe, so definitely recommend that. Yeah.
For my last recommendation, I picked a bit of an older show that I've recently came to watch and finished, called Arrested Development. This show is on quite a few streaming services. I think it might be on Stan, Netflix, and Disney Plus through Star. Like it's on quite a lot of them. It has a lot of famous actors in it, and it's where they started. You've got people like Portia de Rossi, who's Ellen DeGeneres' wife. We've got Will Arnett, who voices Batman in the Batman Lego series and the Lego movies. He's also got a new show coming out. We've got... Oh, he's also in Morning Wars as well. Currently, we've got one of the main characters from Superbad, who's gone on to be in quite a few movies. There's a lot of... You'll watch it and you'll recognise these people. Then obviously Jason Bateman's the main character, who is famous for lots and lots of movies and shows, like Ozarks currently. It's a series that follows... It's a sitcom. There's about 5 seasons, and I'm going to be honest, at least 2 of them were bad. But the others are really good. It follows a family where there's a rich dad. He's gone to jail for fraud or embezzlement or doing something dodgy with money. And then the series follows him being in prison, and then them as a family, Jason Bateman trying to pull them together and keep the business going. But then the others in his family are just used to living rich, lavish lifestyles, and they just want to keep spending money which they don't have, and then adapting to becoming poor and playing tricks and schemes on each other. And it's just a good laugh, ignoring the bad seasons, because there is dumb things that happen, but you'll pretty much always get a laugh out of this show. And particularly Will Arnett's character, I think he's extremely funny. But it's just one of those shows you can chuck on and kind of do stuff at the same time if you want, but you're guaranteed to get a laugh. And the concept is kind of cool. Yeah, It does. It just has some reoccurring jokes and things they do in there that are either going to be super funny for you, and then you're going to laugh about it with other friends that have seen the show, or you're going to think they're really dumb. But every time I think about the show, I just think of some funny scenes, and I can always quote lines to other people that have seen the show, and they'll always crack up about them. It just has one of those. It's one of those shows that just has these one-liners in it that are just very funny. So Arrested Development. If you haven't already seen it, I think give it a watch. At least the first season.
Sounds good. Last recommendation is a Netflix original called Midnight Mass. That's a horror thriller. So basically, the concept of the show is that there's been a murder in outside of town, and the main character is haunted by the past, and then it's really a show about death and loss. And I guess its main flaw is if you're not into religion, it's very much a religion focused show, but you get your reward. It's got very much acting and monologue in it, but the scenes are very accurate and very well acted, and I haven't seen a show quite delivered so well, and the ending was very good. The story was very impressive with all the characters, and was very surprised with what the outcome with who the creature is in it. It's really cool as well. Can't say enough about how good the show is. If you love your horror and your thrillers and something a little bit extra in between, highly recommend Midnight Mass. And there's only 7 episodes, so yeah.
Cool.
Well, thank you for watching. Thank you, Luke. Hope you like these recommendations. See you in the next video. Let the force be with you. And see you in November in our next recommendations. Bye-bye.